What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. You're here for MC's hand modeling. Ooh, look at that. Look at those gangly fingers. How they move into the space. How they interlock. Wow. Look at this. If you do this and twist. What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy MC. We are live-ish in the Lego Lounge. Alright, here's the real deal. I did want to share this, okay? I'm gonna come over here real quick. So I got asked about my bracelets recently. I have all these bracelets here, and I don't have the ability to screen share. I don't have an extra monitor, but what these are Lokai bracelets, and I started collecting them some years back. So I'll just read you from their website. I'll throw some screenshots up, but let me just read from their website. So what it says is sometimes you're on sometimes you're on top, stay humble. The white bead is infused with water from Mount Everest, the highest point on earth. So as you see, all these bracelets have the white bead on one side. See, there it is. Okay, and then it says sometimes you get hit with a low, stay hopeful. The black bead carries mud from the Dead Sea, the lowest point on the planet. Oh, boom, on the opposite side. Black, where'd it go? It's in there, black bead, same thing on all of them. And then it says, this idea for Lokai came when my grandfather was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. His diagnosis made me think about the highs and lows that everybody experiences. I wanted to make a product for myself and others as a reminder to stay humble through the highs and hopeful through the lows, which I think is super awesome. I just realized I still have the camera just on my hands. Sorry. And then if you go to their Wikipedia real quick, it says the name Lokai was inspired by the Hawaiian word Lokai, meaning the blending of opposites. So anyways, I just think they're really cool. And in fact, I think they've updated the website, because if I remember correctly, once upon a time, it said something to the effect of, it is meant to remind you, even when you're at your lowest, keep looking up, because there's still good in the world, or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact, it's been many years I've been wearing them, but I love the idea behind the bracelets, but I also really like them because I think they started out just as plain colors and whatnot, and then they updated them over the years. So like there's all different themes. Like this is Nightmare Before Christmas. This one is for Yukon Huskies, New Orleans Saints, Georgia Bulldogs. This one is a veterans representative. We got some Stitch, and then this whole arm is all just Star Wars. So anywho, I just wanted to share that. And then the other bracelet I do have, some folks have asked me about, WWDD, and it says on here, what would Drake do? It's a bit of a story. I'm going to go ahead and start sorting bag 16, because we are on to the bonnet and headlights portion of this amazing supercar build. So the WWDD was a friend of mine, very good friend, and he was a much higher rank than me in the Air Force, and he was somebody I always went to for advice. Just had so much experience, and even amongst the folks that had lots more experience than me, he just always looked at life differently. And so I could always count on him to give me some solid advice. And so we were talking one day about some issues I was going through, And I said, see, this is why I call you, because you just always have the answers. And he goes, or I said, you know how they got those, WWJD bracelets? They should do a WWDD bracelet. What would Drake do? And you always seem to have the right answers. And so, fast forward, as a goof, I found a website that made bracelets. And I went and I think the initial order was like 100 bracelets. I think is what I did the very first time. And again, totally as a joke, not thinking that it would ever be anything other than a joke between me and him. Well, being the guy that he was, he loved it. He's like, oh my God, MC, we're gonna do something with this. I'm gonna take all these bracelets and I'm gonna start handing them out. And so he did a number of things outside of the Air Force. One of them being fitness and teaching spin classes and things. And so he would always hand them out to people, and he had, always had a story to go with them, and a good reason why somebody earned a WWDD bracelet. And anyways, it became a whole thing, and it lasted all the way. People are still wearing them to this day, but unfortunately, he did pass from cancer, but literally to his final days, the amount of positivity that came out of that man was unreal. So I continue to wear it to honor him and what he represented, and yeah, so that's that. Anyways, sorry to start off on a funny note, but it's not a negative, and it's not a feel bad moment. I love that man, and he was so important in my life, and I'm very thankful he was in it. So anyways, peeps, we are going to continue with this build. We got 3 more bags for this box 2, and then we're on to the final box. So let's get it rocking. I am. By the way, I know my nails are long. I can't just say what I'm gonna do and do it. My nails grow incredibly fast. I trim them minimum 1 time a week, and sometimes more. I don't understand it, but they grow so quickly. I know it. Sean is on the other side of the computer right now going, MC, where's the dad joke? Where's the dad joke? I know, I forgot. My friend keeps saying, cheer up, man. It could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. I know he means well. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. We're gonna get going for real this time. I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna get going. All right. Timer is going. And here we go. peeps. All right, so as I was going through this first bag, number 16, I realized I really needed my Lego therapy. Holy moly, my brain was scared. In the first like 5 or 8 steps, I don't even know, I made so many little mistakes, minor stuff, but I kept just messing up. Man, my head is a mess, but here we go. Here's what we got so far on this front end. I'm stuck basket case, but here we go. Really getting this nice ground spoiler, little front end here. Kind of hard to see. It's so dark right now, but I'll say this. One thing I wish, well, you guys know my opinion on 3D directions. I think they're fabulous, and I think all directions should include them. But if you're not going to include them, what I do wish they would do on these directions is not always give me such a macro view of what we're looking at. You know, like if I'm just working on this section, of the car, I don't need to see a picture of the whole car. Just give me the blown up view of this section we're working on. I kept having to zoom in to really see where some of these pieces are going, because again, right now we're dealing with a lot of black. And, you know, Lego already kind of struggles in the color department for whatever reason when it comes to their directions. So then you're gonna kill me by having it like zoomed out so far. Give me the close-up. I don't need it zoomed out so much. That's so it doesn't make sense. I don't know. That was frustrating me a little bit. It felt like I was slowing down, but it's all good. Here we are. I'm gonna say I'm really appreciating this mat now, because that steps where they had me flip the entire car upside down to work underneath, I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about it scratching on the table. And now I'm kind of wishing I had the whole table covered in mat so that I could just slide this back. But then I was thinking too, oh, guys, this is how it goes. My brain, I just can't help it. Then I was thinking too, though, this mat might be problematic too. I'm such a confused human being. I like the mat. I do. I think it's definitely preventing things from slipping around a lot. And I was also thinking like I did that when I did, what was it, bag 7, and I did like my ASMR style video. I won't claim to be an ASMR anything. I will just say it's ASMR style, just because I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to ASMR. I'm just a fan. I like it. I like the medium, or whatever you want to call it, but I don't really know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just playing around and trying to have fun and hope even one person, you know, enjoys what I'm putting out. But I don't know anything about actually making ASMR, but I do know that this does not sound like this. There's not a lot of sound of plastic on here, so I don't know. I'm conflicted. What do you guys think? You tell me in the comments. And on that, let's hop back in like a kangaroo. Is anybody else feeling too poor to be around this car? This thing is looking amazing. Let's just give you guys a straight up top down view. I mean, this front end is fantastic. The hood is done now, or the bonnet, if you will. Looking awesome. Again, another printed piece here on the hood, logo. Starting to get, I mean, we got our wheel wells in here now. Starting to build out our sidewalls. And I just saw in the directions, the next section is gonna be the butterfly doors. Stunting is a habit, get like me. Hey, yeah, seen the Chevy with the butterfly doors. Woo! Heaps. Oh, man. I'm not going to do a full Spuffler review on this one, just because it doesn't really fit the criteria. There's no minifigs, there's no play functions. But I'll say, I think my eyes were starting to get angry at me because of all the black. So, goodness gracious, Lego. The stuff that doesn't need to be seen, can we break it up? Can we do some different colors? Because I just kept flipping things. I'm like, oh my god, it's just the same color over and over. Once I got into the yellow again, it wasn't so bad, but a few of these things were just wrecking me. I'm like, come on, it's like, this is not, none of it's super complicated. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the directions too. I don't like that when I'm working on this section of the car, they're showing me a picture of the whole car. I don't need to see the whole car. We'll do that at the end. I can see the car. Just show me the section. Or if you're worried that I don't know it's the front end from the back end, even though it says we're working on the hood, you know, show me this much of the car. I don't need to see the whole car, Lego. Come on, that doesn't help me. If you're not going to give me 3D directions, at least make it a little bit easier, so I'm not like struggling and having to zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. And you don't get that option with paper directions. So anybody that works on paper directions, I feel bad because, you know, they don't have the option to zoom in and go, oh, okay, I see where that's going. And even then, it's still sometimes difficult to see. So it's coming nicely. I love everything. Like, I can't wait to see how these butterfly doors work, although I think I kind of see it now. Before the step that we just did where we locked in these front fenders, every time I would move these, everything would kind of move up and back. But now it's kind of, now that it's locked into these fenders, it's just going up. So I think I get it. Yes. Man. I'm telling you, as much as Lego frustrates me, they also absolutely get me so pumped up with the ingenuity and the just little things, the little attention, detail. I'm still curious, like look at, they used up here in this front end, like look how sharp that looks. It looks even better when you look at it like this. Now I get it. Looking at it up close, I can't see it. And obviously if I pulled it on my wall or stood back from it, it would be easier to see. But now I can see it. I can see how this comes down and the little shark teeth. They use shark teeth. At least I think that's what these are. Or maybe they're spearheads. I don't know. But you got that sharp look around the headlights. Oh my goodness. I love the hood. The hood is so... It's not... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. English is hard, peeps. It just moves so smoothly. Like, the only thing that would be cooler is if they had like a little bit of hydraulic or at least something to hold it in place. But that's fine. It does go all the way up and stays up, so it doesn't have to. But wow, that is just impressive. Yeah, I'm loving this. And we're on to box 3. By the way, I said it before, but like you can see, I've been moving this car back and forth, just grabbing it right here, and no worries. This is coming apart. Everything is locking together super tight. In fact, so I don't know if you caught on, guys. This is my new best friend. My arthritis is feeling awful today. This is my new best friend. Not only does it separate, it de-separates. It forces things in place. I've been using the little ridges on here, especially with the red plus shaped bars that are like this long. They're like 2 studs long, maybe 3, I don't know. But they're about the yay long. It's the little plus shaped bars that go in and lock things in place. And they've been so tight on this set, which I get is good. But my hands are not liking it. And so I've been using, because if I can use the table to press them into place, great. But on a lot of these, I have not been able to because there's an angle or something sticking out. So I'm just getting in there with the ridges of the brick separator and just forcing it in there. And man, my new best friend. I mean, I always have it here, but it has really been rocking today. I wonder if this one would be any good. This one's kind of thick on the edge. This is the Fun Hole / Lumi Bricks brick separator. I might give it a try next time, although it does, see, this is so rounded. This would not be good for it, but maybe the little lip would. I don't know, we'll see. But man, coming along. We are getting down, we're 2/3 of the way, technically. I mean, I know there's not gonna be as much stuff in box 3. I haven't even opened and looked at it yet, but we got wheels and rims. And if my experience with the Bugatti tells me anything, that's a good chunk of what's in that box. So obviously we got doors coming next. Still got the rear end to come. It's we're moving right along, peeps. So I've got to go get something to eat. I think I'll be back in a little bit. Peeps, if you guys enjoy this, let me know down in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things. I'll see you guys on the next one, and you know, maybe something in between. Who knows? The endless possibilities here at Lego Therapy. Until next time. Don't forget to hydrate. Holla!